the replay. I don't know if I can make this bigger. Can I make my video bigger? Let me see. No, I can't really make it bigger. Okay, but I'm going to walk around my desk without unplugging too many things. And I want to show you, this is my office. I've got cords all over the place. Hold on. Wait for it, wait for it. I'm going to see if I can show you the sunset tonight. Let's see. Can you see it? I don't want to, I mean, it's this time of year, the sunsets are amazing. Let me see if I go back this way and I go show you that. I don't know if you can see Catalina sticking out from the ocean, but all right, let me go back. And then that's the neighborhood. There's the beach. Let's see if I go this way, maybe I can see better. There we go. Okay, all right, let's get down to business. Hold on. Let me get back to my desk. Okay, let me close this door. Okay. All right, well, that was fun. I don't usually do that. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I want to make sure you all can hear me and see my screen. You can't see too much behind me because everything's, all the reflections and the darkness and all that stuff. Okay. All right, welcome, welcome. My name's Laurie Conrad. I'm going to show you how to have leads on autopilot. And I'm going to get my pen ready here so I can draw on my screen. And I just showed everybody, if you're just hopping on, I showed everybody the amazing sunset. I'll post it on my Facebook too, on my personal page. It's really easy to find me because I'm really the only Laurie Conrad with an O. All right, more people are hopping on, but welcome Andy, Daniela, Laurie, Mark, Tom, Steve. Okay, I won't say everybody's name. There's Wendy. But make sure when you watch the replay, you'll be able to see the sunset. And it's really just incredible this time of year in California, and it just gets better and better. You know, as the night goes on, the colors get darker and deeper. It's beautiful. Okay, let's get started. Can everybody hear me and see my PowerPoint with the guy going like this? Okay, I want to make sure you all can see me and hear me. Make sure my audio is working. You have a control panel in your upper right corner, and there's a little hand there with an arrow. And if you hit that hand, okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Tom. Awesome. Thank you so much for the hands. That really helps me because if I lose you guys and I don't know, then I'm just going to keep talking and you're going to get frustrated and that's going to be terrible. So if for any reason we do lose audio or you don't see my screen or something like that, click your hand like multiple times and I will, you know, I always try to keep one eye on that while I'm talking so that I can make sure you guys are still with me. Okay, so let's get started here. All right, how to have leads on autopilot using the power of the internet. The reason why I do this training, and I've been doing it really for years for all different types of entrepreneurs, is because leads are the lifeblood of our business. If we don't have people to talk to, if we don't have people aware of what we are doing, then how do we sell anything, right? How do we have a business? So leads are, you know, they're top of the heap important, and it's one of the things that keeps us in business. So I'm going to show you how to have them coming to you on autopilot rather than chasing people. And I go into this kind of deep in the first 15 minutes. So let's get right into it. Here we go. Hold on. Come on. Got to click on the screen. Okay, first thing I love to do is just say congratulations for taking time out of your busy evening to be here. A lot of people won't. They won't do the work. They won't take the time to learn something new. So I just want to give you a huge pat on the back for being here. Quick, I hope that my glasses aren't giving too much of a glare. It's hard when it's winter time and it's really dark out. I have to have this light on me so you guys can see me. But congratulations for being here. You know, going the extra mile is what creates success. So I just want to give you huge kudos for that and start out giving you a big congratulations. So why are we here? I want to make sure you're in the right place and you're not going to spend another hour for no reason and find out the end of the webinar, geez, I really didn't need to be on there. And here's why we're here. Do you have massive visibility in your business and a steady, endless supply of leads? If you do not, then you're in the right place because I'm going to show you how to get both. Are you tired of relying on prospecting, referrals, handing out business cards, and spending hours at networking events? If you're tired of all that stuff, you're definitely in the right place. I'm going to show you automated systems that can replace those activities. You don't have to stop doing them, but you sure can, you know, up level what you're doing and have automated systems working for you. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Are you tired of door knocking, cold calling, and chasing prospects? You're definitely in the right place. I'll tell you my story in a minute, but I am not a real estate agent. I am an online marketer. And when I was growing my direct sales business, I really got tired of prospecting. I felt like I was chasing people, and it was very similar to cold calling, door knocking. I went to networking events all the time, and I really felt like I was chasing people. And I wanted to find a way to be more efficient and also talk to interested people, not just anybody. Okay. So if you're in that same place, this training is definitely for you. If you want more freedom and automation in your business, you know, automation is what creates a lot of freedom. And I actually didn't even figure that out until after I had my automated lead gen system. I just thought I wanted more leads. You know, I wanted more people that were interested. But what I found out was that it gave me a ton more time to work on other better things in my business, and it gave me more time to have fun and be with my family. So if you want that, you're definitely in the right place. And if you want to stand out from all the other agents, this training is for you. There are, you know, real estate agents are, I hate to say it, they're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, right? I personally know just from being in the community and doing a little networking, probably at least half a dozen real estate agents. And everybody has to stand out when there's that many people doing the same thing. So if you want to stand out, I'm going to show you how to do that too. And most of all, this is the most important one. Do you really want to win in your business? Okay. Many agents do their real estate business as a hobby. Okay. They aren't truly invested financially, physically, time-wise, emotionally, the whole thing. They're just kind of doing it like, well, yeah, I want to sell houses and, you know, I need more leads, whatever, but they're not really 100% committed. So if you really want to win and you take your business seriously, this training is for you. If your business is a hobby, this training probably is not for you and you can hop off right now, and that's probably the best idea, because what I'm going to be sharing with you is extremely powerful, but it does have to be set up. You know, it's not, there's no get rich quick, right? But it is a very efficient, proven marketing system that's going to work for you 24/7 and bring people to you on autopilot. That's a true promise. I've been experiencing this and doing it in my own business since 2013. So if you're looking at your business like a hobby, you know, there's no reason for you to invest any more time in this particular training. So if you want to win, then you're in the right place. Okay, and lastly, do you believe okay? Because everything that we accomplish in life is based on our beliefs, right? You either believe or you don't believe that you can win, that you can succeed. But do you believe it's time to grow using 21st century methods, okay? Pre-internet lead gen methods are old-fashioned and inefficient, all right? When we didn't have the internet back, 12 years ago or however long it's been, um, we did networking, cold calling, door knocking, tables at events and all this kind of stuff. That is all prospecting, and it's a pre-internet lead gen method. But with the internet, you can become the go-to agent in your local area much, much faster using marketing on the internet. It is completely changed today. And so if you have this belief, then this training is definitely for you. But if you're still like wedded and, holding on with both hands to cold calling and door knocking, and believe me, I talk to a lot of real estate agents and they just won't give it up. They won't give up the cold calling and the door knocking and the prospecting. And so if you're ready to, open up your mind to see how you can be much more efficient, then this training is going to work great for you. So who am I and why should you listen to me? This is me, obviously, Laurie Conrad. These are my great, awesome kids and my beautiful Sophie that unfortunately she's not with us anymore, but that's one of my favorite pictures of us. I spent 25 years in corporate. And in 2007, I said, that's it. I've had enough. I'm a grown woman. I don't need to be told that I have to be at my desk by 8:30 and someone's going to call me out if I'm not there at 8:35. And I had a very large desire for more independence and flexibility in my business because I was a single mom and I did work part-time for many years, but I graduated up to full-time and I wanted to go back to not necessarily part-time, but just having the flexibility to go to their games and be there for them and just not be in the crazy rat race of commuting and the whole thing. So I started consulting business out of my house and I built it the old-fashioned way because in 2007, I wasn't even on social media. So I did networking, referrals, I did tables at events, I did all the typical stuff to get clients. And I did that for a number of years. And then my son was going to go to college and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for college? His college was $52,000 a year. And so I decided to add a direct sales component to my business separate from my consulting. And they taught us the same thing: prospect people, go to networking events, join BNI, talk to people endlessly, hand out CDs, do all this kind of stuff. And I did that for about a year and I said, this is for the birds. There's got to be a better way to do this. And the internet's there. There's millions of people now. At this time, now it was about 2011, 2012. And I said, and I had been on Facebook for a while now. I didn't know, I wasn't experienced at using Facebook for business. And that's really what motivated me. I was like, there's got to be a way to use all these social media things going on and find clients. And so, long story short, I got in touch with two very top internet marketers. I hired them and joined a 1-year-long mastermind group so that I could learn how to do online marketing. And what that brought me to was multiple awards, multiple six-figure business. And I've sold everything from $27 trainings to physical products to vacation products at over $12,000 to starting my own coaching business, teaching entrepreneurs how to do the same exact thing, how to sell their stuff online and how to get clients using online marketing. In 2016, I started that. And so I didn't learn this 2 weeks ago, and I'm telling you what I read in a book. I've been doing this since 2013. And, being asked to speak on stage and train people in online marketing. So you're getting exactly what I learned from 8-figure online marketers. And what I did was I implemented what they told me, and I got the results. And not only did I get it for my own business, but now since 2016, I've been teaching other entrepreneurs, real estate agents, how to do it for their business too. So the other thing that this allowed me to do was move from Connecticut to California 4 years ago. And I showed you, if you were on when we first started right around 5 o'clock, I showed everybody the sunset tonight, because this is my home office, this is my desk, and that's my view that I look out on. And so if you didn't get to see the sunset tonight that I was showing everybody right before 5 o'clock, it'll be on the replay because I did record it. And it actually doesn't do it justice, but I'll post some pics on Facebook too on my personal page. So, okay, so that's who I am. You have an experienced online marketer helping you here. I work with real estate agents. I've worked with people in all different businesses. All the strategies I'm sharing with you have worked for any business that you can think of. Dentists, doctors, lawyers, people who sell jewelry. People who sell all kinds of physical products, as well as online trainings, digital products, and coaching, consulting. It works for anything. But this training is specifically for you as real estate agents, okay? Because you guys have special stuff that you do in your niche, and I wanted to help you with that and address it for you. So why are the strategies I'm teaching you tonight so important? I really want to emphasize this. I've got Pamela Anderson on the right as the lifeguard, right? We all know her. And I've got a story over here I'm going to tell you in a minute of Lisa. But first of all, the reason I put Pamela Anderson up there is because these strategies I'm going to share with you tonight were the lifesaver of my business. I just didn't have enough leads. I didn't have enough people to talk to. I'm introverted. I was getting just burnt out networking all the time. And I know real estate agents have the same problem that I was having. You spend hours and hours and hours on lead gen and not making enough money. So the reason why this is so important is that the internet has changed everything, and it's not going away. The playing field is level now. It used to be that the only people that could run ads were people who could afford television and print ads, very expensive, and even newspaper. And now we can all run ads on Facebook for $5, $10 a day and get a lot of exposure, and a lot of exposure consistently. Anybody with any budget can advertise, and that level playing field has allowed every industry to rise up and get in there with the big boys and actually use advertising and leverage it for their lead generation. So the implications of that are that the agents that are using it are going to outperform the agents who are not. Because if I run an ad on Facebook in my local area and everyone is seeing my face, or let's put it in terms of you, if everyone's seeing your face, but they're not seeing any other real estate agent in their Facebook newsfeed, you're getting tons of visibility and massive exposure. And the playing field's level, and more people are discovering it and figuring it out, and they're using it. And so the agents that aren't using it are going to get left behind. Old-fashioned prospecting is inefficient, it's time-consuming, and it's very costly. The reason why it's costly is because there's an opportunity cost, right? For people that are still using door knocking and cold calling, it takes them much longer to get the same amount of exposure, which means you're making less money during that time period that you're moving slowly rather than quickly. Okay, it becomes very costly. It's lost income basically. Social media is here to stay. It's not going away. And people who aren't leveraging it, and people who aren't using it the right way, are going to suffer if you're not suffering already. And that could be, why you're here. Hopefully it is, that, I can really help you make that next jump and get back onto the playing field with everybody else. So here's my story about Lisa. She's an agent that I spoke to a while back. She lives in Northern Cal. She's, kind of an acquaintance. And I was asking, she was interested in doing some online marketing. And I said, okay, what are you doing now? And she said, well, I've been an agent for 10 years. I'm the breadwinner in my family. I take this seriously. I'm not a hobby agent. And I was taught to cold call. I hired a coach when I first started, and he taught me to cold call and how to talk to people on the phone and scripts and all this stuff. And she goes, I cold call 3 to 4 hours a day, and then I leave my afternoons free to set appointments with people. I said, okay. And she said, now my real estate coach has left real estate, and he recently told her that if she did not change what she was doing, she would not have a business in 5 years. And I was just flabbergasted. I said, wow, that's what I'm supposed to be telling you. And she said, yeah, that's what he told me. And I said, well, what did he tell you to do? And she said, nothing. He didn't know. He didn't have any suggestions for what I should do differently. And I said, wow, that's amazing that, he sees the writing on the wall, or he heard it from someone else and just wanted to tell her, but he doesn't know what to do, and he's left the industry because he doesn't want to learn the new ways to stay on the same playing field with everybody else. So the icing on the cake to this story is that she went to on vacation with her husband on safari for 3 weeks this past summer. And so, what did she do for 3 weeks? Nothing. No lead gen, no cold calling. She was gone for 3 weeks. Her business came to a complete halt. And she said it took her 90 days to get back to where she was before she left on vacation. Now, to me, that is way too risky for my business. I'm not going to let that happen in my business. I'm not going to just like go away for 3 weeks and have my business come to a halt. And so, I just want to share that with you and say, I would not risk that. Okay. When I did put this, implemented online marketing in my business, what I found, like I said before, is that all those automated systems gave me so much more freedom. And so now if I want to go away for 3 weeks, my lead gen doesn't stop. My business does not stop. I have it on autopilot. I have, webinars on autopilot. I'm doing this one live, but I can easily put them on evergreen, put them on autopilot, so they're just going and going. And, people sign up with me, and, if I need to call them on the phone, I can still do that. But I can go away at the drop of a hat. And that's happened to me twice in the past 2.5 years. First, my older sister passed away unexpectedly, like totally unexpectedly. And I had to drop everything, go back to Connecticut. And the same thing happened just a few months ago when my dad passed away. And it's not just the sad things that happen, but also like the vacations. If I wanted to go on safari for 3 weeks, I wouldn't have any fears that my business would stop while I was gone. There's ways to handle the leads that come in while you're away. But the point is, you don't ever want those leads to stop coming in. And so, take that, put it in your back pocket, and hopefully you're going to take that to heart, because anybody who's letting their lead gen stop like that is going to, take a huge risk in their business. Okay. And as part of kind of doing my homework on putting this presentation together for you guys, I found a blog that was for real estate agents by a real estate agent. And he was interviewing real estate agents that had implemented some of the types of things I'm going to share with you tonight, and how to, automate their marketing and their lead gen. And he asked Carrie, this woman here, he said, for the agents who say they don't have the time, the money, the help to implement online marketing strategies, what would you like to tell them? And she said, The digital revolution has forever changed the way in which real estate businesses will acquire, convert, and close new clients. And I think that's an easy one to agree with. It's kind of a no-brainer. You know, it used to be when I bought my first condo back in 1985, you know, I had to call the real estate agent and say, you know, what's on the MLS today? Are there any new houses up for sale? Now I can just go online and look myself. There might be a little delay in a couple days, but like people can go shopping by themselves. They don't need an agent to go shopping for a house. So that one is an easy one. The next thing she said was designing, building, and growing your business online is absolutely imperative for you to stay ahead of the curve, impress your clients, and outshine your competition. Okay, that's a pretty strong word, absolutely imperative. I mean, I agree with her, but this is coming from a real estate agent. It's not coming from me. And, you know, I say that to all entrepreneurs I talk to, not just agents. I don't care if you're a dentist, an attorney, a pizza shop, or you know, anything. You need to be growing your business online because everybody else is, and you're going to be last place if you don't do it. But the strongest thing she said, I thought, was if you invest in your digital brand, and we'll get into branding in a little bit, you will find the return on your investment to be 10 times that of traditional offline marketing tactics. You can't afford to stay away from the digital revolution. It's like you can't afford not to be online using social media the right way, and in my opinion, advertising, because that's what gets you the exposure out there is advertising, and I'll go into that too. So hopefully you're taking this to heart and you're seeing that your instincts are correct, because your instincts are what got you on this training. Like, you know, I talk to agents all the time. It's like, I really need to be doing this stuff and I don't know how, Laurie. Okay, so awesome. That's why we're here. So here is a specific example of her saying traditional offline marketing tactics are, you know, are more expensive than digital. If you do direct mail is about 50 cents a piece, plus or minus, right? And if you want to reach 1,000 homes, it's going to cost you about $500. But if you do a video ad on Facebook and Instagram, or Instagram, depending where you're, you know, going to run your ads, you could get easily 1,000 views for $10 to $50. You know, we're talking a fraction, maybe 10%, you know, depending on what your video is saying, how long it is, and that kind of stuff. But the bonus is that you can actually track the people that watch your videos and then say, oh, I want to send them a second video and I want to send them a third video. And you can track how long they watch the videos and everything, which is so powerful. You know, in comparison to, here's a direct mail piece that I got recently, and it's so typical of what agents do, and I'm going to show you later on how you can improve your direct mail if you still want to do direct mail. It's just, all it is this guy saying, considering a move or looking to purchase a home, I'd love to speak with you about your plans, you know, and it's got his picture on there. It's like, why would I call him? I don't know him. You know, most of this stuff goes in the trash. Okay. Now, if this particular house was next door to me, I might keep it. Or on my street, I might keep it. But how many people are on one street? You know, that there's thousands of people in your local area. You want to reach all those 1,000 people and actually have an impact on them. And so this is why direct mail it doesn't hold up on return on investment compared to online ads, because you can't, you know, this stuff mostly goes in the trash, you know? So if that makes sense, raise your hand. You know, you can totally disagree with me if you want, but I'll give you some tips on how to improve your direct mail if you want to do direct mail. Thanks, Andy. And thanks, Wendy. Awesome. Thanks, Laurie. Tom. Beautiful. Thank you guys. I appreciate the hands. I know you're still listening. Okay, let's keep going. How to have leads on autopilot and become the go-to agent in your area without cold calling, door knocking, or networking. So let's talk about how do you get your leads now. You can either type it in the question box, that's helpful to me, or it's a rhetorical, just say it in your head. But really the big question is, how much time do you spend on lead generation per day, per week, per month? You know, I talk to agents all the time. They're like, I spend 4 hours a day, Laurie, just like Lisa. That's a ton of time that's half your time on lead generation. um, Online marketers build a system, hit the button, go, and let it run. Okay, then we have time to deal with all the leads rather than spending time trying to get the leads. So Michael Gerber, who wrote the E-Myth, a very popular entrepreneurial book he wrote a while back, he said systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. And to me, really, the statement is, that's great, and it's totally true. So what systems are you using, and are they allowing you to achieve this level of extraordinary results or this level of extraordinary results? And we want the highest level we can get, and we want to reduce the amount of time we do on lead gen. So hopefully you are in agreement with that, and that's the premise that I use, moving forward. So let's compare prospecting versus marketing, okay? Prospecting is a one-to-one activity. It's a manual process. It's like washing your dishes by hand, one by one, instead of using the dishwasher, okay? It's the process of searching for clients or buyers in order to develop new business. And one-to-one cold calling, you can only call one person at a time. Door knocking, you can only door knock one door at a time. Networking, you're really only talking to one person at a time. That's why it's inefficient, and it takes a long period of time to reach a good number of people, right? Marketing is one to many. Okay, so you do one activity and you're hitting many people at the same time. It's working for you 24/7. No one can network 24/7. It's not possible, right? You have to go to sleep at night. So marketing is the action or business of promoting and selling products or services, including advertising. And that's what I'm going to focus on, is using advertising to generate traffic. And the way that I do this is that, and the goal that I have in my marketing that I teach you guys and that I do for you guys, is that we want to attract people to us. We want to create a magnet and attract them to us, rather than having that megaphone and having people running for the hills or being sick of our message and saying, I don't want to hear that stuff anymore, because so many agents are like, when you're ready to buy, call me. When you're ready to sell, call me. And that's exactly what he says on here. Considering a move or looking to purchase a home, I'd love to speak with you about your plans. Well, I just don't understand that. Like, why would I talk to him? I don't know him. I have no relationship with him. I don't know or like or trust him. He's a good looking guy in his picture. And there's fancy homes on this direct mail piece, but there's no relationship. Okay. And in our marketing, we actually focus on building that relationship before we even talk to people, so that by the time they talk to us, they already feel like they know us. All right. It's really cool to me that people will call me up, and they've just seen my ads in my webinar and maybe some of the videos that I've done and some of my emails that I've sent them. And they're like, they get on the phone and they tell me their toughest problems that they're having in their life. It's so efficient, and it builds the relationship. And most people don't even know you can do this, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So prospecting and marketing both have the same goal, right? We want to take a stranger and we want to turn them into a paying client, right? We want to build that relationship here. and do it in the fastest way possible, and have as many people, coming into our funnel as possible. Up here, we're all in sales. We know about funnels, right? So I'm going to be talking about automated funnels in just a few minutes. So marketing, the way I teach it, the way I do it, it works 24/7. It's automated, right? And there's two kinds of marketing that people I'm going to talk about in this particular training. And one is social media marketing. It's a term that's thrown around everywhere, and it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Social media marketing, unfortunately, many people think that social media marketing is just about putting content out on your social media pages, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. Well, I put content out there, I'm marketing. No, you're not. That is not marketing. Excuse me. It's not marketing, and it's because you're putting content out on a page, but that doesn't mean, excuse me, that people are actually seeing it. It used to be several years ago that you could put content on your Facebook business page and most of your fans would see it. Those days are long gone. They're over. Facebook got so popular with so many people on there that now they just finally said, pay to play. If you want people to see your content, you have to run ads to the content, and then we'll show it to people. We'll show it to, the numbers of people you need to see it in order to actually, have exposure and have visibility. So social media marketing refers to a lot of brand awareness and also creating shareable content and, definitely promoting particular products. But this part of the marketing means you actually have to run ads to your content. All right. And that's the concept. That's the most important part of social media marketing. So I don't want you to think that you're marketing because you're putting content out there. I talk to agents and they're like, I'm so disappointed. I don't get any likes, comments, or shares. And, I'm not getting any traction. I don't get any leads. And it's really because nobody's seeing your content, and the content that you're putting out there probably is not engaging enough for people to actually respond to and react to. And we'll talk about that too. But the 5-step formula that I promised you as part of this training is how to do direct response marketing. This is what's going to actually, they're both powerful and they're both great strategies, but they do have differences. And direct response marketing is designed to have a prospect take a specific action, such as opting into your email list, calling you on the phone, placing an order, clicking to a web page. And the reason why this is so powerful is every step is measurable, it's trackable, and we target a specific audience, as opposed to mass media ads that you see on television. Like when you see Coke and Pepsi commercials or Nike commercials, they're just showing an image. They want to show happy people drinking Coke so that you'll think psychologically, oh, I'm going to be happy if I drink Coke. And Nike shows, athletes running and being amazing so that you'll think in your mind subconsciously, if I buy those sneakers, I can be like that too, right? This is direct response marketing uses some of that, but we take it to the next level because we want people to take a specific action. When you see a Coke commercial, they don't say, okay, go out to the grocery store right now and buy your Coke. They don't do that. In direct response marketing, we do. And I'm going to show you, specific examples of that. We want people to see our ad and opt into our email list. We want to see our ad and have them call us. We want them to see our ad and go to a specific web page. Like, for example, if you're going to do direct mail, instead of just doing a generic, considering a move, call me, you should offer a reason for them to call you. Okay, offer some free information so that they will call you. or they will go to a specific website and get information there so that you can start actually a relationship. So, and we'll get into that in the 5-step formula too. But direct response marketing allows small businesses, solopreneurs, people in sales to market their business in a very cost-effective manner. You don't have to buy TV ads like Coke and Pepsi. You can do local advertising with direct response marketing and measure it and track it and see if it's giving you a return on investment. That's why it's so powerful. And we want to turn a stranger into a customer very quickly. And we can do that with direct response. So before I get into the 5-step formula, I'm going to go over these top 3 mistakes because this is really important for agents. I see it all the time and I want to help you stop doing these mistakes. This is when, agents start using social media and trying to figure out what to put out there and how do I use it and how does the platform work and all those things. So when I first started in online marketing, I learned so much about entrepreneurship in general and creating a successful business. And one of the first things my mentors taught me was that the amount of money you make is equal to the amount of value you bring to the world. All right. And most people in sales never ever learn this. Okay. No one ever says anything like that to them. They just go sell, sell, sell. Sales call, sales call, sales call, prospect people, network, call, cold call, all this stuff sells. And that is the complete opposite of what I was taught. I was taught that the more value you put out there, the more you're going to attract new clients and new customers. All right. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see agents making and they're really just do it because that's what they've been taught to do, but they're always selling. Sell, sell, sell. Are you ready to buy? Call me. When you're ready to sell, call me. It's this mantra. I see it. I hear it all the time. I hear it when I'm out at events. Oh, I'm a realtor. Oh, yeah, yeah. Are you ever you thinking of buying in Dana Point? Call me. And I'm like, that's if you switch it up to actually focusing on the person and giving them value, you'll create a much, much better relationship and a much, much better impression on people. It works so, so well. It's like, it's like getting what you want with honey instead of vinegar. So that's mistake number 1. Try to focus on the value you can bring to people. And that brings me to number 2. Number 2, the mistake is posting boring content that's not of value on social media. I see a lot of agents paying people $200 a month, just post on my Facebook page, twice a day, because they think that that's what's important is posting on the page twice a day. And that's not it. What's really important is putting your brand and what you stand for and who you are on your Facebook page or on your Instagram or on your Twitter. And what they generally do is they hire somebody to just grab articles from realtor.com or some HGTV about what kitchen do you like the best and stuff like that. And that's why they don't get any engagement on those posts. It's the lazy man's way to having a social media presence. And actually what it does is it puts a really inferior presentation of who you are and your brand out there on social media and on the internet. I tell people, don't even bother doing that stuff. If you're going to post an article, that talks about like 3 things you need to do before you sell your house or something like that, read the article yourself and then say, these are my 3 biggest takeaways of this article, and this is why it's so important and why I thought it was a great article to read. Because you're not just pushing content to people, you're actually giving them value and telling them why it's important to even read that article. And what happens is people look at that and they're like, wow, she actually made the effort And they may only register this subconsciously. He or she made the effort to actually read that article, and that's why it's important. And if you give your takeaways, they may not even need to read the article, and they stay on your page reading your content and looking at you. So that is mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 is not using video. Okay, 92% of people want to consume content now on the internet via video, not by reading stuff. All right, video is just totally overtaking blogging and reading long articles and things like that. People want to just watch, and they want the information quickly and efficiently. And so many agents are not using video. They're not using Facebook Live. This is stuff that really can put you, help you stand out from other people. And I know a lot of agents are afraid to use video. It's one of the things I help clients with. But what I tell them is, look, it's practice just like anything else. And if you can speak to people in person, you can speak to them on video. It's really no different. You might not like how your voice sounds or something, but guess what? There's nothing we can do about that. Your voice doesn't sound the same to other people as it does to yourself. So just let that go. Just let it go. And you start utilizing video on Facebook Live. It allows people to really get to know, like, and trust you 1,000 times faster than just writing a post in your social media. And I'll give you number 4, not using ads. And we'll get into that too. So if you're not using ads on social media to either grow your brand and or attract leads using direct response marketing, you should be. And if you don't, you will end up getting left behind as time goes on, because more and more agents are learning how to do this. And if you're not, they're just going to grab your leads. They're going to take the ones that you could have had. Okay, so are you all still with me here? I am very excited to go into the 5-step formula. Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, John. Thanks, Daniela, Laurie, Wendy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. Okay. So, so here's the funny thing. You are proof that what I'm teaching you works because you went through my direct response marketing system, or you would not be here on this webinar right now. And our short term for this big, long direct response marketing system is called a funnel. We call it a sales funnel. So from now on, I'm just going to use the word funnel. Direct response marketing system, blah, blah, is too long. So you went through my funnel, and that's how you got here right now. You saw one of my Facebook ads, or on Instagram, you could have seen it there too. And then when you clicked it, I sent you to my capture page. And then when you opted in, you saw that I was offering a free training. This is the name of it. I had a little video here. Maybe you watched it, maybe you didn't. But then when you clicked the yellow button to save your spot, a box popped up to collect your email and your name. So you typed in your email and your name, and then you hit another button, and I sent you to my thank you page. Okay, and we call that a funnel. We're bringing traffic, right? People looking at their news feed, through the whole entire funnel. And when you put your name and email in here, you went onto my email list, so I can continue to follow up with you, nurture, give value, and hopefully, have you as a client, or have you join my coaching program or whatever, right? But in the meantime, my job is to give as much value as possible so that your business is better off than it was before you met me. Okay, and the point of this is just to show you that it really does work. I'm sure you've opted in for lots of other people's lists too and seen other trainings and things like that. But this is what we call a funnel. And this is how we build our list of leads and our list of potential clients and customers. And I also made an offer on this page, and you may or may not have seen it or taken it, but I made a $37 offer for my Facebook ads course. And that's another way to make money, is to, while someone's going through your funnel, make an offer that they can actually pay for. So let's get into, and here's just another kind of easier diagram of what a funnel is, but it is designed to capture leads and to generate sales. So in real estate, you can't sell a house inside a funnel because no one's ever going to do that, right? But you can sell makeup, shoes, you know, beverages, all kinds of online trainings. You can sell all kinds of things actually in a funnel without ever speaking to somebody. But it's basically the same flow. You've got your ad that leads to a capture page to collect the contact information. And then that leads to like a confirmation page. It's a thank you page. Yes, I got your email. I'm sending you the free information that you requested. And then the fortune is in the follow-up, and then we always want to continue to follow up. So this is your basic funnel, and there's all different kinds of funnels, but we'll focus on just kind of a basic one where we collect leads, right? So now I'm going to get into the 5 steps that I go through every single time I build a funnel, either for my own business or for other people's businesses or teaching other people how to do it. And in step 1, instead of talking to everyone, we want every funnel to focus on a specific ideal customer, okay? And we call that our avatar. So we want to define, basically it's our target market, okay? You could have first-time buyers, you could have upsizers, you could have people who are downsizing, you could have, people with ranch property, horse properties, all different kinds of specific groups of people that you want to sell real estate to. And we define our avatar through demographics. Is it men or women we're going to focus on? Is it people who love horses? Is it how old are they? Where in your local area are you going to focus on? And we also focus on their problems, frustrations, and desires. The more we know how our ideal clients think and what they care about and what drives them emotionally, the better our marketing is going to be, because all of that goes into the copywriting. It goes into what we say in the ads, what we say on the capture page, what we say on the thank you page. It needs to resonate with them. So I'm going to speak differently in an ad to a first-time buyer than I'm going to speak to in an ad for someone who's downsizing. They have different frustrations and problems. First-time buyer is nervous about qualifying for a mortgage. Downsizers are nervous about, what am I going to do with all my stuff from 35 years in this big house? So that is step 1, and it's a critical step, because if you don't define your ideal client for this particular marketing campaign, for this particular funnel, the marketing will fall flat. You cannot appeal to everyone. You want to appeal to the specific people that are going to pay attention to what you're saying in your ad. And if it's too general and it's too broad, it doesn't resonate with anyone and no one will click the ad. All right, so step 1's really important. Step 2 is, okay, so how am I going to attract these ideal clients? And we do that through something called a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is free information that is a solution to some kind of a desire or a problem or a frustration. So here's an example. 9 steps to buying your first house, a guide for first-time homebuyers. Okay, if I'm a first-time homebuyer and I'm thinking of buying in the next year, I would want to know what those 9 steps are. What am I supposed to do before I buy my first house, right? So that is a lead magnet. And the reason we offer it for free is because we want their email address at a minimum. I always get the name too, but you can also try and get their phone number. Some people will give it up, some people won't, it just depends. But we trade the lead magnet for their contact info. And there's all different kinds of lead magnets. And you can have a lead magnet that's a PDF, it's a video series. You could even do a webinar like this. I actually strongly encourage that because I don't see any agents doing this. And can you imagine, you know, it doesn't have to be a long webinar. It could be a 20-minute thing or a 30-minute thing. But when people see that a real estate agent is having a little mini class on, 9 steps to buying your first house, for first time home buyers, and they don't have to leave their house, they can just watch you and get those 9 steps. You build a relationship during that training. They see you for 30 whole minutes, and they get to see that you know your stuff, that you present yourself well, that you know what you're talking about, that you're personable, you're likable, and it's extremely powerful. So here's a couple other examples. Exclusive list of homes in a certain community under a certain amount of money. You could also say between XX and XXX, because you don't want to attract people that are like hundreds of thousands of dollars below the types of houses you want to sell. 7 mistakes homeowners make when selling their home and how to avoid them so you can get top dollar. 10 things you must do before buying a home in certain community. I mean, there's all different kinds of lead magnets. It depends who your avatar is and what information is going to attract them to you. All right, so that is step 2. And where's my phone? I want to check my time. Oh, I got to get moving here. Okay, step 3 is we need to have a way to collect all the email addresses and the names so they're organized, and also so that what we can do is write one email and send it out to everyone. All right. CRMs are very similar to autoresponders, but an autoresponder is much more focused. It's really only focused on email follow-up. An autoresponder doesn't keep track of like when was the last time you called them and that kind of thing. And what I tell agents every day is that if you're using a CRM through your agency, that's fine. But if you ever leave that agency, it's not easy to take all of those leads and put them into another system. It kind of depends, but when you have your own autoresponder, which is what I recommend, you have an asset that no one can take away from you. So no matter what agency you move to, from Keller Williams to Berkshire to Century 21 or whatever, you will always have full control over your leads and your email list. And my mentors taught me the money is in your list. Okay, the money is all here. It's all here. These are the people that are interested in buying and selling. You just don't know when they're going to be ready to buy and sell, and you have to build the relationship, right? So we use the email follow-ups to build the know, like, and trust and give value. And that is what nurtures them, so that when this person is ready to buy in 3 months and they've been reading your emails for 2 months and they're getting close, then they feel like they know you and they're ready to call you. So the autoresponder I use is Aweber, and you can get a 30-day free trial at get-aweber.com, 30-day free trial. And you can try it out. It's been around for years. I find it really easy to use. I've never switched. I've tried a couple other ones. I like Aweber the best. And you're free to get a 30-day free trial there if you want to try it out. So having an autoresponder, it's your asset. No one can ever take your email list away. And here's the long-term goal. And this is why this is not for hobbyists. You're going to build that email list year after year after year after year. Your list is going to have 10 people, then it's going to have 100, then it's going to have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 30,000. Depends how many people live in your local area where you're selling houses. And you just keep dripping on them. You just keep nurturing them so they know who you are. You write emails to direct them to your videos, to your Facebook Lives, to all different kinds of great content, all kinds of value, and you stand out from everyone else. Because most people follow up with, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to sell? Call me. And it's too much salesy, too much selling. And so we focus on giving value. And does it take a little more effort? Yes. Is it worth the effort? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you move, from agency to agency, you just take your list with you and you've got full control of it. Okay, so step 4, create a funnel. This is actually creating the physical web pages that operate, as the capture page where we capture their email, and the thank you page where we confirm for them, I got your name and email, I'm sending you the lead magnet, whatever that lead magnet is. And this particular funnel is already built, and you can have a copy of it if you would like. The software that I use to run this is ClickFunnels, getcf.com, and you can get a 14-day free trial there. And if you want me to send you this, I'm happy to do that. And I'll show you also at the end of the webinar, if you need help with this, I can give you help with it too. So this is your basic lead magnet. You can change this on the funnel. It doesn't have to be an exclusive list of the best homes in your location. It could be the 9 steps to buying your first house. And this image can be changed. This is just a background image on the page, but the meat and the substance of the funnel is already put together with you. And I'm actually going to show you in a little bit all 4 steps. I can show you that after. So this one actually has more than 2 steps because here it confirms, excellent, I'm going to send you your list, check your email. We always tell them to check their email so that they will start opening our emails. And then this one says, if you're ready to see a home, click the blue button and we'll set up a time. So it actually brings them another step further, closer to calling you, which is nice to have. So that's step 4. And the last step is just getting eyeballs, getting traffic, as many people as possible, seeing what your lead magnet and your capture page so that we can generate those leads and have those leads coming in. And how do we do it? We do it through paid ads. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever your favorite platform is. And we want to get as many people as possible through the advertising, looking at your capture page and what whatever that lead magnet is, to bring leads to you on autopilot. And the whole thing runs, once you hit the button in Facebook saying, start my ads running, it's running on autopilot while you're sleeping, and you can have leads coming in and wake up to leads every single day. Now, managing expectations, depending on what you're offering, if you're offering like a home evaluation or something, people will probably call you faster than if you're just offering 9 steps to buying your first house, because they're going to want to read the 9 steps, see what they think, and their timing could be 12 months out. So they're probably not going to call you right away. But that's the long-term part of your business. Like, some people are ready now and some people are going to be ready later. And what having this automated system does is it gets rid of the peaks and valleys that we all experience in sales. You'll have 5 closings one month and then only 1 closing the month after, because you have to keep catching up by doing the lead generation, and then when you're busy with 5 closings, you're not doing your lead generation. But what your system does is it allows your lead generation to never stop, right? So that you're going to have a much more consistent business over time. Okay, so the next thing that I like to address is a marketing budget, because in my experience with agents, a lot of them don't even have a marketing budget. And what I will tell you is what my mentors taught me is no matter how small your marketing budget may be, decide what it is and stick to it. You know, never stop running your ads, always be running ads. If your ads aren't working, then stop that ad and create a new one. That's what we do as online marketing experts. If an ad doesn't seem to resonate with an audience, we just delete it and we create a new one. All of the marketing that we do gives us feedback and data to know what resonates with the audience and what doesn't. And that can change over time too. So marketing is all about tweaking and improving and adjusting, over time. And a lot of times the funnel's working so well, you don't have to touch it. I'll show you one of my funnels that I had running for almost 2 years. I never had to touch it. It just generated money every single day. So whatever your marketing budget is, just decide what you can live with and stick to it. And I want to show you one of my favorite quotes from Forbes. It's about what makes entrepreneurs fail. And one of the things they said in the article was entrepreneurs often fail because their companies are invisible to the world because they cannot bear to spend money on marketing and PR. This is a huge mistake that some entrepreneurs make when the money gets tight. Polishing products and services until they shine brightly in the sunshine is a waste of money. Smart entrepreneurs get the word out early and often via all available media, especially digital media. If they cannot find you, they cannot buy you. And that's really the bottom line that I was talking about in the beginning, is that if people don't see you on social media, but they're seeing other realtors, they're gonna focus on the other realtors. And it's true for all of us, in all different businesses. So decide on a marketing budget, stick to it, and it will serve you over time. Things don't work perfectly, but you'll find that you might run an ad that really bombs, and then you run another one and it does great, and it all evens out in the end. So you can't feel like, oh, I just wasted all this money on an ad that didn't work. Well, it gave you feedback, and that is really, really important in terms of doing marketing and lead generation. So this is the same funnel I showed you before. Just to review, we go from ad to capture page and to thank you page. And you'll see that I'm branding myself at all the steps. I want people to know what I look like. I want them to see how I speak and whether they like me or not. And that's what video does for you. You do not have to do videos in your ads. You do not have to do videos on the capture page or the thank you page if you don't want to. And sometimes they work even better when the video is not there. It just depends. But I'm just giving you an example of, when you do get yourself out there, it can be very, very beneficial to have video out there as much as you can to get people to know, like, and trust you. And this is the funnel I was referring to before. This one ran for almost 2 years, multi six figures, and it just ran for me on autopilot. And this is this was the ad. You'll see I had 188 shares, 300 comments, about 800 likes. I branded myself. This is when I had my other glasses and I had bangs, same thing. And this was another one where I had a $27 offer on the thank you page and made me tens and tens of thousands of dollars doing that. So we like to say that you are one funnel away from everything that you want. And that, to me, I believe that that's the truth. The first one that you build may not work so great, but what it does is it gives you feedback, and it allows you to just improve and experience what resonates with your audience. And I don't care how expert you are in our industry, there are people that will build a funnel. It doesn't work so well, but the feedback that you get allows you to create one or tweak that existing one so that it does give the results that are really, really awesome. Okay, so we're getting to our third agenda item here, and that is how to be the pursued agent instead of the pursuer. So I've already shown you, what a funnel can do for you. That in and of itself can create you as the pursued agent in your local area. Because if your ads are running all the time, people are opting into your list, the whole purpose of that whole thing is to have people come to you and just calling you on the phone out of the blue saying, I've been reading your emails and I've been watching your videos and I'm interested in working with you. That's what we want to happen. And the way that it happens and the way that Oprah did it, the way Tony Robbins does it, the way, you might be following Tom Ferry and a lot of other real estate coaches and gurus. They do it through giving value, just like I said before. Oprah knew exactly who her audience was, what kind of value they wanted. And when I speak of value, sometimes people don't really understand. I'm talking about educating them, entertaining them, and inspiring them. If you just remember those three, educating them, what's happening with interest rates right now, if anything, did the Fed do something that is going to affect real estate in your area? Education. Entertaining them, you don't have to be a Hollywood entertainer. Entertaining means tell stories, talk about things that are happening in real estate, maybe how you solved a problem for a client today, that the whole closing almost fell apart and then you saved the day. That's entertaining people. And then inspiring people, encouraging people to buy their first home and telling them why it's a good idea and telling them, they've worked hard and they can do it and things like that. There's different ways to inspire people. But that's why Tony Robbins and Oprah are so successful. And you can use those same strategies in your business too. You got to have a system to attract the right clients, just like Michael Gerber says, right? And to me, I'm showing you, have a funnel. Websites don't convert. Websites don't generate leads, really. They are too general. They're not direct response. People go to a website, they get lost, they don't know what to do, and they just kind of consume information and then they click away. They don't take a specific action that we want them to. And do video. Get yourself out there in real life, as close to as real life as you can get yourself. So back to Michael Gerber and how systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. Like I said before, it really comes down to what kind of system do you want to have? Do you want to use cold calling as a system, door knocking as a system, networking as a system? So is direct response, and running ads and having a funnel. That is a system. And to me, using a system that runs while I'm sleeping and while I'm, at the beach or out sailing, because that's why I live in California, because I can sail year round. I race on sailboats and it allows me to just, I'm like a doctor. I take off every afternoon on Thursdays and I race. And my systems are still working for me, while I'm doing that. So you need to decide what kind of system you want to have. And our last agenda item is, I said something like, I'm going to show you how to quit the 7-day-a-week club, because this is one of the reasons why I wanted to focus on you guys and focus on helping agents, is that real estate agents work way too hard, 7 days a week. You have to be at people's beck and call and all this stuff. I give you a lot of credit. And if you don't want to be in the 7-day-a-week club, you really don't have to be. It's not a given in your industry. You can automate the systems that free up your time to actually work with your clients so that you don't need to be at everyone's beck and call 7 days a week. And you don't have to spend 4 or 5, 6 hours a day on lead generation when you have no listings. You know, you can, I mean, if you want to do that, you can. But when you have an automated system and you're building that email list, you're building that whole database of people that are interested in your lead magnet and the value that you're providing, the information you're providing, you're attracting those people to you, and you don't need to work 7 days a week. So I hope that sounds good to you. So in summary, I just love my little diagrams. And here's my funnel diagram. Funnel. Okay, so you've got a prospect here, or they're actually traffic at this point, and they have a desire. They don't know how to buy their first home, or they don't know how to downsize, or they don't know how to upsize because they have to sell their condo and buy the home, and they don't know what to do first. So they're kind of unhappy. And in your ad, you give them some value, and they say, okay, I want that lead magnet, so I'm going to go to the capture page. You can give them some more value even on the capture page. And they say, okay, I'm going to opt in to your email list, and you send them to the thank you page. You can give them some more value here too. And then you send them the lead magnet via email, and then they're happy, right? So they've gotten their first impression of you, and it's positive, right? It's a positive experience. They get good information. Always make sure your lead magnets are valuable, right? You don't want them to be junk, because then they'll just stop paying attention to you and they won't open your emails. And that's really how the system works. And we want to grow this list to be thousands of people, thousands and thousands, because everybody's in a different place. I see agents run ads for open houses and listings only. And what happens is, 90% of the people who see that in their newsfeed, they're just not ready to buy right now or sell right now. And so they just scroll past it. And so what happens is you've lost the opportunity to connect with lots and lots of people that are thinking about buying or selling in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months. And that's what this can do for you. I'm not saying don't run those ads, because those are good too. They're important. You want to sell that house, you want to have people come to your open house. That's great. But what I'm seeing agents do is they only run those kinds of ads, which means they're not building their email list, they're leaving money on the table, and they're letting 90% of the people fall through the cracks. And that's what you get here, is the other people that are interested at different levels, and you can nurture them over time so that when it is time for them to buy or sell, they're thinking of you and not agent A, agent B, or agent C. Okay, so now I'm going to open it up for questions on anything that you have. Let's see, let me open my question box. If you have any questions, okay, there's a couple questions in the box now. Okay, Andy says, what systems are you offering? I was actually going to get to that next, and I am happy to do that because he's already asked me. And then Mark said, do you advertise or recommend advertising on more than one platform at a time? Absolutely, as many as you can, as many as your budget allows. They all operate a little bit differently. And if you want to reach as many people as possible, definitely advertise on more than one platform. But what I will tell people is, don't let that overwhelm you. If you can just emotionally and physically handle, I'm just going to advertise on Facebook right now, that's totally okay. You got to start somewhere. So start with one, and don't try to learn everything all at once. Just focus on one and get good at it if you're going to learn how to do this yourself. And then as soon as that's working well, then focus on another platform. Okay. All right. Any other questions? And because Andy asked me what systems am I offering, I can tell you guys that. So is there anybody else that would also like to know how I can help you implement this in your business? You can raise your hand, and we'll get into that, and I will show you. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you for the hands. Okay, so what I did, I mentioned this earlier, in 2016, I started the Online Entrepreneur Club because I saw a huge gap in what was happening in the online marketing space with everyone teaching online marketing. They were selling their digital trainings, you know, their video trainings, but there wasn't anybody to actually hands-on physically help get through all the myriad of questions and confusion that goes on when you're trying to learn how to do this. And so I created the Online Entrepreneur Club to give hands-on help to all my clients that wanted to learn how to do their Facebook ads, do their funnels, create their email follow-ups, and continue to improve these systems and build lots of funnels, because you can have a funnel for first-time buyers, you can have a funnel for downsizers, and you can get all different kinds of clients, right? So I created the Online Entrepreneur Club, but it was only available to people who are in my coaching program. And this year I decided I'm going to open it up to anybody that wants to be in the club on a monthly basis and give you the trainings, give you access to all my online digital trainings that walk you through that 5-step formula for how to build your funnel, how to set up your ads, and how to do all that stuff. And so for many agents, it's a great place to start because it's affordable. And just to let you know, I also do done for you. So if you want someone, you're like, Laurie, I don't have time for this. I don't even want to learn it. I want you to create my Facebook ads. I want you to create my funnel for me. I want you to create the email follow-ups. If you're interested in that, contact me and we'll look at where you are and what your situation is, because I do also offer done for you for people. But right now I'm just going to show you the club because it's a great place for people also to start. And I'm going to hop over here and I'm going to show you jointheoec.com, because this is where you can sign up for the club. And if you decide to join the club tonight while you're watching this, I am going to offer another special bonus. So when you come here, I just give kind of a little description of what the club is and how it works. And for me, it was I hired coaches because I needed that hands-on help. I'd go through video trainings and I'd be like, okay, I kind of get that. But what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And I had no one to ask the questions. And that was the huge gap that I filled with the coaching club. So down here, you'll see that we have weekly group coaching sessions, and it's not on the phone, it's on a webinar just like this. So I can see exactly what you're working on. I can see your screen. I can see your Facebook page. I can see what you're asking me questions about. You can see my screen. I can demonstrate things. I can actually show you what to click on. It's very hands-on. So you get specific help, and I don't just tell you what to do. I actually show you how to do it. So that's, I think, what the massive value is in the club. We also have a closed Facebook group so that you can ask questions in between the coaching sessions, and you just post them in the group, and then I will answer the questions in between the coaching sessions. I record all the trainings, so if you can't make it, that's okay. You can watch the recordings. And like I said before, I give you my sales funnel solution recorded online trainings that walk you through the 5-step formula to building your ads and your funnels. And I sell that on my website for $19.97. So it's available in the club at $197 a month, plus you get the coaching. And my second bonus is my Fast Funnel Bootcamp. That's like how to build a funnel really quickly. And I sell that on my website for $997. So you get access to both of those when you're inside the club, and there is no long-term contract. It's month to month. And I don't want anybody to be in there that doesn't want to be in there, because it's a great, supportive, nice, wonderful people environment. And you know, if you cancel in the middle of a month, you still get the remaining month, but you just won't get charged again. And my system sends you an email actually 7 days before your deadline to have your credit card charged again. And so you'll be reminded, so that if you don't want to continue and you want to cancel out, you'll have a 7-day window to contact me. Just email me, say, Laurie, I'm done. And I just cancel your subscription so you won't get charged again. So there's no long-term contracts. And it's only $197 a month. And so the bonus that I want to give you guys, because you're so awesome, is that if you decide to join the club tonight, I am also going to give you a 1-hour private coaching session in addition to everything else that you get in the club. And that's a $300 value right there, just that alone. Because when people hire me on an hourly basis, it's $300 an hour. So you get the benefit of my years and years of experience. It really collapses your time. And, you know, I've spent at least a minimum of 6 figures on my education in this area. And that doesn't even count my experience in running ads and building funnels and helping my clients get leads. So you'll also see at the bottom of this page that I have a ton of testimonials down here from people who have been inside of the club and actually been through the sales funnel solution trainings. You can read all of these. There's a whole bunch of them, and then there's more down here at the link. And the last thing I want to show you guys is the funnel that I was showing you before. This is inside of the software that I use, and you'll see that the real estate funnel that I showed you previously, it has 4 steps. It has the landing page, the opt-in page, the thank you page, and the contact request. It's a 4-step funnel, and I want to show you each page, because if you decide to join the club, this would probably be the easiest funnel to start with, because most of it's already built for you. We don't have to build anything from scratch. And you can change whatever the lead magnet is. It doesn't have to be an exclusive listings of the best luxury homes. It can be whatever you want. But the guts of this funnel is already built for you. So here's the landing page actually. And nothing happens until they click this red button. And when it says send me the list, then they go to the capture page. And this is where we capture their name, their email, and their phone number optionally. You can also make it required if you want to. And then they click the red button again, which is another micro commitment in the direct response flow of things, right? You know, the more little micro commitments we have them make, the closer they are to us, the closer they are to that relationship and being invested in what we're telling them and what we're trying to get them to do. So once they click send me the list, they go to the thank you page, and this is where we confirm for them, you know, I'm sending you that list. And then this one has an additional call to action. It says, if you're ready to see a home, and I would be happy to show it to you, set up a private tour by contacting us. They can then click this blue button and go to this page. So this tells them we've received your contact request, and what the funnel does is it sends that to you. And then you can also just put your phone number right here and say, call me right now and let's have a chat. And what I like to do is add your branding on this page, your picture, who you are, maybe even a video. We can personalize it and brand it to you any way you wish. So I'm happy to give you this funnel if you want it. And that's really a great way to get started. So do I have any other questions about any of this? Here's a little peek into the online trainings in Sales Funnel Solution. You'll see that here are all the trainings, how to set up your autoresponder, define your avatar, how to set up your funnel, how to do your Facebook ads. It's all in here. And, when you click on this, then there's a video, and you can start and stop the video. You can watch it 50 times if you need to. I try to keep my trainings 30 minutes or less because through experience, I know doing trainings myself, if somebody gives me a 90-minute training, by the time I get to the 90th minute, I forgot what they said a half an hour before. So this is click by click and step by step. It's not all theory. It's actually specifically, okay, click on this, do that, and let's get to the next step and actually set up that automated system. So let me go back to here. And I look forward to seeing all of you inside the club so I can help you set up your ads, funnels. If you want to set up funnels, you don't have to. At a bare minimum, I would set up ads that market you in your local area and get your brand out there and let people know who you are as the go-to agent in your area. And the Online Entrepreneur Club can do that for you. So if you want to take advantage of the 1-hour private coaching session, hop on ASAP and we will schedule that. I'll see that you're that you joined and that you came through, and we'll set up that private coaching session. You don't have to have it right away. You can wait too. If you want to have it, 2 weeks from now or a month from now, that's totally fine, no problem. I want to do what works for you. So let me look at my question box one more time and see, where'd my question box go? Here it is. Okay. Anything else I can help you guys with? Let me know. Okay, I really appreciate you being here. Congratulations again for taking your, time out of your precious day to be here. I hope it was a lot of good value for you, and I hope you learned a lot and you got some real nuggets that you can implement right away. Yes, I will definitely send out the replay, Mark, for sure. And I'll try to do it tonight. I have to run out right now and actually go to an event, but I'm going to be back and I will send out the replay so you can watch it all again as many times as you need to. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for you raising your hands. And I look forward to seeing you inside the club so I can help you crush it in 2020, because here it is. It's right around the corner. There's no time like the present, and we don't want to get left behind of everybody else that's actually using this in their business. You can't compete with old-fashioned methods. It's really, really hard. So thanks again, and I will talk to you soon.